Good afternoon. I'm your host, Amanda Holloway for Solving Water, a Xylem podcast, and I'm coming to you live from MineXpo International 2021 in Las Vegas. I can't tell you how good it feels to be back at a live trade show for the first time since February 2020. And I just want to thank all our listeners for joining us for this special series about the mining industry. We have some great conversations in store for you, giving you perspectives that you won't find anywhere else. Hi, I'm here at MineXpo 2021 with Ken Alba, Director of Sales for Xylem Dewatering. And welcome. Glad to have you here today.
Hi, thanks.
So before we get started in the conversation, can you just talk a little bit about what you do for Xylem?
So in my role as Director of Sales, I work with our direct sales team, working with our customers to come up with solutions for their water challenges that they face every day.
And how's the show been going for you so far?
Good traffic, lots of good conversations, a lot of applications and solutions that we need to go work on when we get back home for sure.
Yeah, so some new opportunities. And
Definitely some new opportunities, some new customers. Saw a lot of old customers that we've been able to talk about some of our new products, new solutions, things like that with. So a lot of good things.
And prior to coming to Xylem, you worked in a mine.
I did.
And so what's one of the more eye-opening things you've learned from your time there versus here? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
What do you take from each?
Yeah, I guess working in a mine, water, most of the mines I worked in, water was in the way. It wasn't, there wasn't a lot of value add to the water. I needed to get it out of the way. I needed it to be good quality, and I needed it off the property. Here at Xylem, the difference is trying to help take that off the customers, right? Take that responsibility on, using our products and solutions and people to just, to take care of that and make the water work for them, as best they can, right?
So what would you say is like one of the biggest things you take away from that experience now in your role? So it not bothered you, but the water was in your way.
Sure.
So now
I guess it's knowing those daily pains and knowing there's so many other things that I was worried about operating a mine. Water was way down on the list, but it could also come to the very top of the list literally overnight sometimes, whether we hit a pocket of water underground, we hit high pressure water, and just knowing how urgent those things are and how I didn't really have people that knew how to address those issues. So I needed, a company like a Xylem to take care of that for us.
And talk to me a little bit about the expertise that we have. And I was talking to Bill Beasley yesterday about services as well in
Sure.
mines. And so, just one of the themes of our presence here is services, expertise, partnerships, sustainability. So, how are you guys bringing that expertise in where?
Sure. With our knowledge, Bill's experience, mine, Kelly Baker, some of the other folks on the team of actually having worked in the mines, we know how urgent those needs are and how critical it is to bring a solution the first time that's going to work. So we use that expertise. We use the great products that we have. Xylem's finally grown up, and we're able to use all of our products now. So, in years past, it was, hey, we were the Godwin guys or we were the Gould's guys. And, in our booth today, we've got Godwin guys there, we've got Gould's guys there, we've got Flight guys there. And when we're talking to a customer like the last one I just talked to, there was 3 different product experts talking to that customer. And we were talking about his application and how we could fix the problem that he's facing every day. So I think that's really the true power of Xylem and what we can bring for a customer.
What about changes in the mine industry? How is that? What are the changes you've seen maybe even over the last 5 years?
Sure. Years ago, it used to be just throw more horsepower at it, throw more energy at it, throw more money at it. Now it's, okay, how can we do it as efficiently, as quickly, as safely, and then quite honestly, as environmentally friendly as we can? These companies are facing huge pressures because a lot of them run a lot of diesel equipment. especially like some of our quarry customers and stuff. Bringing another piece of diesel equipment onto their site is not a good thing, right? So that's where our flight products are, and our electrically driven Godwin, our Gould's products, they're the highest efficiency products on the market in their segments, and bringing those in to use as little energy as possible to move that water is critical.
What about one of the more rewarding experiences of your career so far in the mining world specifically?
Wow, that's a good question. I guess probably one of the more things the projects I was most proud of is we had a customer that actually had a major water intrusion in their mine where they were shooting some pillars, and they went from having a normal flow of around 1,000 gallons a minute to almost 10,000 gallons a minute overnight, and literally were flooding their mine. Nobody was in danger from a personnel standpoint, but it was going to destroy their operation. And we were able to put a crew of guys together and literally went from, a hole in the ground, 1,300 feet deep. We installed turbines and all the electrical, all the controls, all the piping, everything, and did it in like 23 days. And we're able to get that mine pumped back out, save their infrastructure, and it's, to this day, it's one of our best customers and one of our best partners. So.
What about one of the craziest projects you've worked on? Or I guess maybe that would qualify as crazy. That one was,
and of course it was a Friday 4:00 in the afternoon phone call to start it.
Christmas morning, yeah.
Yeah. Craziest, wow. There's been a lot of them. I think they all kind of almost take on a life of their own just because of the urgency, especially, nobody ever calls us and says, hey, it's Tuesday, everything's great. It's always, hey, my mine's flooding, my main dewatering pumps are down. So we've had a lot of those over the years, where customers are like, hey, we've lost all of our dewatering pumps and we're going to start losing working areas within the next 4 hours, and we're able to mobilize people and equipment and, go provide assistance.
Sure. What do you think? It sounds like we've kind of danced around the topic, but, what makes Xylem unique in the mining industry?
Our product portfolio, number one. The products that we have are industry leaders, from efficiency, from quality, availability, pricing, all of those things. We check all those boxes, but it's our people and our ability to take those products and make them work, right? I always say pumps are stupid, right? It takes intelligent people to make them work, and do what they need to do. And that's probably, our biggest strength that we have is we have people that are all, like myself and other folks are former miners that get it. We understand the situation. We understand the criticality. We understand the safety, right? Because that's a big thing working in the mines is being safe. I always tell our guys that mining customer, we're not there normally. So we have to stay out of the way. We have to, make ourselves visible. It's kind of like why the shirts, right? So it's a big deal.
I think, one of the messages that we're using in the booth too is that we're really the only manufacturer, supplier, and able to service the products.
Yeah. We're one of the very, very few companies that has, we build it, or we design it, we build it, we install it, and we service it, right? And that's a huge thing for companies. They don't want to deal with 5 people, right? They want to deal with one person that can handle it from beginning to end.
What are some of the big challenges you're seeing in the industry right now?
The evolution of the regulations from an environmental perspective are really taking effect, especially out west here. We're seeing the emission standards, things like that. The Tier 4 engines are fun for everybody. It's not just Xylem, it's all the Caterpillar, Komatsu, everybody. We're all dealing with the same thing, learning and getting better with that. The workforce, right, is a huge challenge, right? That everybody is facing. Trying to grow people and mentor people and evolve them and then keep them, from going to someplace else. That's a huge problem for everybody. And then quite honestly, just the financial pressures that the mining companies are under to perform quickly and all the time is it's pretty tough.
So what would you say are some of the primary reasons we get called on? I mean, you said water intrusion is one.
Yep. It could be as simple as, hey, I think this pump's not the right pump. It's not running as efficient as it needs to be. It could be, hey, we got our electric bill and that dewatering pump is killing us, and we need somebody to come look at this thing and see if it's running properly. If it's not, it could be, we're changing our operation, right? I went to a customer a couple weeks ago that's completely changing their process. They've hit a part in their quarry where their rock has changed dramatically, so they've got to change their process. And they need more water, higher pressure. So we're looking at different pumps and different solutions for them there.
What is one thing you want every mining professional to know as essential to improving their overall mine operations?
With regards to water and water management, it's to really step back out of the mining process and really look at what quantities and pressures of water you need where, and then to look at how you're delivering that water. And whether it's everything from piping systems, that's one of the initial mistakes on a lot of quarries and mines is the piping system. They put in a 6-inch line, not thinking that a year from now we're going to need a 12-inch line, and then so you're trying to put the water that should go through a 12-inch line through a 6-inch line, so more horsepower, all that kind of stuff. So really just starting from a clean sheet of paper and then work back to obviously what they can handle from a financial perspective.
What did I miss that you want to touch on?
It's really enjoyable to, first of all, to be back at a trade show again and be able to talk to customers. Dave Stover and I were talking about that last night, on the Uber ride back, that just being able to talk and interact with customers. Some of us, I've been doing it quite a bit, but a lot of folks have been not doing it for the last, almost 2 years now. And just to see the applications and work with people and try to help them, solve their issues. That's what I get out of this. That's what gets me out of bed in the morning, is just helping solve problems. So.
Great. Well, I have just one last question for you, Ken, and it is, what is the most important thing you've learned in the water business so far?
That no one solution fits everything, right? Every challenge, every opportunity is completely unique into itself. It could be financial constraints, it could be power, it could be the type of water. I mean, every challenge is unique, and you have to approach it that way and be able to kind of take all the knowledge that you've amassed and try to come at it from whatever angle you need to. So it's probably really just being open-minded and looking at what solution fits that application.
Well, fantastic. It was really great to speak with you.
Cool.
Have a great rest of your show.
Thanks
for being here.
Thanks. Cool.
The Solving Water podcast is produced and distributed by Xylem, a global water technology company of more than 16,000 employees committed to solving critical water and infrastructure challenges worldwide. Stream, download, and subscribe